that just means that there's a different dimension, right? So that means that they won't look bad as being a crazy person. A different way to prove that there may be other things that we can't see. Ghosts, angels, demons, aliens, stuff like that. It's all about the way that people present the information. Like you're gonna listen to someone who's presenting the information calmly, factually. But if someone's like, "Oh, the world's coming to an end, Black Hawk helicopters, Alex Jones," like all this other stuff, you're not gonna listen to that guy. And besides, all the conspiracy theories, if you go home and you have bills to pay, and you're just like, well, I need to figure out a way how to pay my bills, so me and my wife or husband or roommates or whatever, we got to figure out a way how to meet the bills. What's to say a bunch of super rich people aren't going to be like, hey, I want to take over the world because I'm super rich. I have, giant armies or private armies, and I want to rule South America as the drug kingpin. They all come together and they can make plans just like normal little people can make plans. And just because you don't have the proof of them saying it into a microphone doesn't mean it doesn't happen. That's all I'm saying. So, how do I speak to 3Dog now? Should I just shout out the window? Shout, shout it all out. Oh, awesome. I can do it. I'm over encumbered, so I gotta get rid of something. Awesome. I made it back. We can do this. We can do this.
If you're looking for 3Dog, he's upstairs.
Thank you.
That was a hell of a fight. Nice work.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I think people are too sure of what they think and are not open-minded enough to challenge their own beliefs. Because of whatever reason, they don't want to. It's too disturbing. It sounds crazy. But I think there's two sides of that. Have an open mind, right? Ideally. Don't have such an open mind, your brain falls out,
Hey, all right! The hero of the wasteland returns. Hey, you're the one that deserves all the thanks. You struck a major blow against tyranny. Now, GNR can be heard clear across the capital wasteland again. That'll give Eden and those muties something to think about. But before I get back to my calling, I bet you want to hear about your dad. When your dad passed through here, he and I talked for a good long time. He's a real stand-up kind of guy. He mentioned some scientific mumbo-jumbo which didn't make sense to me, and mentioned something called Project Purity. He also said something about going to visit a Dr. Lee in Rivet City. Then he left in a hurry.
I've already been to Rivet City.
You've never heard of Rivet City? Wow.
I had to
Just
go find it for that lady
wow.
about the book
Well,
that I had to
a
put
whole
together.
bunch of people got together and turned a beached aircraft carrier into a town. Pretty cool, huh? Just follow the river south from here. There's no way you can miss it.
There is. I couldn't find the entrance to that place. That was pretty. It was all the way around the back, and then I had to come all the way around to the front. And there was some dude asking for water, and then I gave him water, and then he was like, "Can I have more water?" So, anyways.
I can't even tell you the love I'm getting from the wasteland. Ever since GNR started singing again, the guys downstairs told me that more people than ever are tuning in. It's all I ever wanted. Anytime you need a place to crash, duck in here. Be glad to provide.
Cool. Can I sleep on this bed? Alright. No. No, I don't want to get stuck. Oh, wait, did it just drop you down there? Wait, where am I? I'm lost again. Oh, I hate this game when it does this.
Nice digs, huh?
Okay, I've already been to River City, so I'm gonna go like this. Oh, excellent. I think it'd be pretty cool to get on an aircraft carrier. I haven't been on one. Actually, one of my ex-roommates was in the Navy, and she had to work on one. I don't know if it was an aircraft carrier or just a big boat, but it sounded cool. But she, speaking of the ghosts and goblins and such, was into witchcraft, and she had a Ouija board and all that jazz. And I don't know, man. That's kind of. I've heard a bunch of messed up.
Don't touch the vegetables. They're fragile.
Fragile vegetables?
You there. What are you, some kind of lab assistant? No, you look a bit more weathered. Are you by any chance for hire?
What are we talking about?
To the point. I like that. Well, as it turns out, I've misplaced some very sensitive property. How do I put this in a way you'll understand? All you know of robots are those buckets of bolts, those Mr. Handshakers and whatnot. Well, that's not all a robot can be. You see, in the Commonwealth, we've made artificial persons, synthetic humanoids, programmed to think and feel and do whatever we need. And occasionally, they get confused and wander off. Nonsense! This is a machine we're talking about. Can you enslave a generator or a water purifier? Of course not.
You just said the think and
The same
feel.
principle applies. But let's get back to your mission. You are to find this missing android. I've tracked him to somewhere here in the capital wasteland.
Oh,
He must
shit.
have done something drastic, like facial surgery and a mind wipe, or else I would have found him by now. It will be no easy task. He may not even realize he's an android. don't upset him by talking with him. Just come get me immediately. I'll handle it. You're as ignorant as all the other rats on this boat. When you realize I have the real cheese, you'll come crawling.
Okay. Hey, what's up, girl?
Look, this is a restricted area. I'm tired of telling you people. It's you. My heavens, you look so much like him.
Yeah.
You're James's son, aren't you?
Yes.
What are you doing here?
I'm looking for him. Yeah, no, the Android quest. I haven't done it. Yeah, no, I'm sure it's a great quest. It's just I like being focused, because if I get distracted, I'll never get back to it. But yeah, like a bunch of those like Ouija board stories, people are like, oh, I started seeing black shadows stand in the corner of my room. I wake up with scratches and all sorts of messed up stuff. And it's just like, look, if there's a person, you can manipulate a person. You can manage them and hit them, fight them, talk to them, whatever. But you're talking to a ghost, a spirit, a thing that can potentially possess you or oppress you. I don't know, man. If I don't have a chance, I don't like those kind of situations.
Well, yes, of course I do. Don't you know who I am? I suppose James never told you. Typical.
Yeah, when I played...
I'm Dr. Madison Lee. I worked with your father many years ago. Your mother as well, in fact. You'll have to forgive me. This has all been very stressful. What with your father suddenly showing up here after being gone for so long. You have to understand that we put all of that behind us. Project Purity, our work, all of it. We've moved on, even if your father hasn't. You mean you haven't? I assumed he sent you here. For that matter, aren't you supposed to be in a vault? James said he left you there.
Yeah, he left me in a vault. Thanks.
Your father is no longer here, and I'd appreciate it if you didn't use that tone with me.
How about you use some proper tone with me? I'm not some little kid. I'm 19 now, and I got a backpack full of guns. Yeah, I had a similar dream, but I couldn't see. Well, I thought I had seen something out of the corner of my eye. I was asleep. In my dream, I was sleeping. And, like, I'd seen something, like, swoosh off to the side of the bed, and I was like, what is that? And it, like, grabbed my arm and, like, was trying to take me out of the bed. And, like, it was terrifying. I was screaming, like, help, let go, Jesus! Like, it was just losing my shit in the dream. And then I woke up, and, you know, obviously there was nothing wrong, but kind of creepy. Telling me where he's going. But the dream, the nightmare did end after I invoked Jesus' help. Yeah, right there. There you go. See? Proof. Let's see. Yeah, where has he gone?
Your father insisted that we return to work on Project Purity. I tried telling him too much time has passed. There's no way it would work. Predictably, he refused to listen to me. He says he can prove it will work and headed off to the lab.
Creepy.
I'm sorry, I don't know what else to tell you. It's in the old Jefferson Memorial Building, northwest of here. Please, don't go after him. It was foolish of him to even think about going there alone.
Control room.
Project Purity, we called it. What do you want to know?